Where are all the nice guys at? Because y'all aren't where I'm at. I'm so sick of dating assholes, and I'm so sick of talking to guys and immediately getting a... I want nice, courteous, thoughtful men to come my way. Please.
Honestly, the way it just be, and then my like, how do I look, how am I this curvy? All these curves, right? And no race driver to drive it. Like, no. Nobody. Single. How? How, Sway? How? Don't make sense. It don't make sense. Like, how am I built like this? Waist. And single, bro. I don't know.
It's the weekend. I was supposed to be out, but I didn't have energy for it. And like, it's funny because you want to meet someone, right? When you're single and you gotta be out, but then you don't want to be out because you don't have energy for it. It's like, it's an ending circle, never ending circle. So, but like, I was sitting in my room and I was just doing something, and I heard these guys like so loud, talking, having fun, and I was like, where are these people? Like, I'm like in my room and I didn't go out, and there's like not many things around here. Like, is there something happening? And I left and I saw this house not like next to my building, and the guy's having like some sort of like a catch up there, like like, I don't know, dinner, drinks or some sort of, and there's like I feel like it was a guy's night probably or something like that. But I looked at it and there's like guys who like not probably like party animals, I think, but they just wanted to catch up, basically like me. I don't want to be out there like partying. I would want to just like to catch up with my friends, like in real world. That's better than just going out like to like pubs, bars, I don't know. So, and I looked at them and I'm like, this is where the guys at. They're not out in the club, they're just hanging out with each other somewhere in someone's house. Yeah, there's like the only thing I could do, I could wave and scream, hey, that's it. I didn't, I just went back to my room. Oh no.
Somewhere hanging out in somebody's house. I told you. Y'all act like men ain't got nowhere to stay. Y'all act like men ain't got nothing to do. Hey man, bro, come on, we're gonna watch the game. All right, man, I'm gonna bring the beer. I'm gonna bring the drinks. Oh, okay, man, I'm on my way. I'm bring Jeremy and the boy. All right, man. All right, we got a couple guys over here as well, man. I want you to meet, man. You know that project that you was talking about working on, that business proposal? Yeah, man. He can do it for you, man. He can help you out with that. Oh, man, I appreciate that. I'm on my way. All right. See you in about 30. But y'all will never know that because we don't then get on the internet and say, hey, I'm about to go to Jeremy's house. We don't do that. We just, hey, you I'm on the way. All right, bet. Hey, man, what you up to? I am chilling. Hey, man, you want to go hang out? Yeah, all right. And then that's it. Hey, man, I'm about to go hang out. We don't do that type of stuff.
This is why I always tell you, when you meet a guy, you're looking for an established guy, okay? A man who has accomplished the things that you have accomplished, all right? You cannot have a successful relationship with a broke man. A broke man cannot do anything for you but cause you problems, okay? Not only that, it's no fun being in a relationship with a broke man. No, he doesn't have to be a rich man, okay? But he needs to be a man who has his own, all right? And who can do things for you as his woman, all right? Perfect.
And you can see right down there at the bottom, it says dating and relationship educator. Instead of expert, it says educator, which is a different take on what a lot of these other dating coaches claim to be, right? I'm going to find you love. I'm going to show you how to get a man. And there's a lot of women out here still without a man. And it's for things like this. You know, a lot of these modern women, they want the Lego set built for them. They see it in the store, like, oh man, I would like to have that. But you have to build it. No, I'm not interested. You know, but then they look at somebody else's Lego set. It's like, how'd you do that, man? Yeah, I mean, I built it, man. I just sat here day by day. Oh, okay. How long did it take you to do it? Because they see the beauty of it. You know, before in the store, I was like, I don't know if I want to do all that. But when they see somebody else actually do the work, oh man, it's so beautiful. I guess I can do it. Then they reconsider. And then they say, well, it took me probably 3 or 4 months to build this. Oh man, I don't want to spend that much time on Legos, man. Okay then. So you're just like looking at the nice things. You don't actually want to do the work. So there it is. You don't want to do the work. That's why you're not successful in that endeavor.
Okay, I know that there are good guys out there. Like, I truly do know that. But can someone please tell me where they are? Because clearly they are not where I am looking.
Someone explain to me why it's so hard to find a good man that is all about you and only you, doesn't care to entertain other women, and just wants to make you happy. Like, why is that so hard to find? I feel like nowadays, men my age, or at least all the good men my age, are either married or in a relationship. So yeah, I feel like I'm doomed for life.
Where are my good men? Where are the good men at? Because we got girls out here that have been putting themselves out there in dating, and they're tainted. These men out here, these ratchet men, have been tainting the love of girls, and we need to see the good men. Where are the good, respectful men out there?
Girls always wonder where the nice guys are at. Well, honestly, they're right in front of you, and you know it. But instead, you choose to blame society when you get heartbroken by somebody you knew was going to treat you like trash. And that's just facts.
I want to know who told you that bad men come with a warning label. Because abusers don't tell you they're abusive, and cheaters don't tell you they cheat. Because if they did, then no one would ever date them. So sometimes you don't find out who they are until after you've already fallen in love with who they were pretending to be. And I would ask you if you actually believe that women are lining up to be with men who are going to break their heart, but I already know that you don't. That's just the narrative you've developed to deal with the twisted sense of competition you feel against the men who are getting the women you want. And you have to make yourself sound like you're above them because deep down we all know that you feel like you're below them. A lot of times those bad boys exude confidence and make false promises. So let's not act like women are just attracted to men who are going to treat them badly. I don't understand how you can acknowledge that they're bad boys but not acknowledge that they do bad things like lie to and manipulate other people. But you have to blame her for picking him because you're so angry that she didn't pick you. And you end up talking about heartbreak like it's some well-deserved punishment for anyone that dared to reject you. And your entitlement to women proves that there's nothing nice about you. Because if you really were nice, then you wouldn't wait to be rewarded for being the person you already are.
Well, I think you're skating past accountability, right? Because what society usually does is they say, man, what was that saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on you, or something like that. And then fool me 3 times, shame on me. You know, so, and it might have even been fool me twice, shame on me, or something like that. But the point is, somewhere around 2 and 3 times, right? And the point is, you know, because sometimes it takes you, a few times to recognize what's going on and what's happening, and you don't really know the signs until you sit back and analyze. It's like, oh, okay, all right. So they're doing this, and this. What men are saying is that you guys are not adapting. How is it taking you 30 bodies to realize, oh man, these guys actually don't care about me? How is it taking you 3 and 4 babies with 3 and 4 baby daddies to recognize, oh, this man just wanted to come in here and use my body and then leave. Then you turn around after you have all of this mess and you turn around to a man and you say, hey, can you take all of this and fix it? And I'm not going to take, and you start listing off your demands. And men are like, whoa, slow down. You're not going to start putting demands on me. And you were out here being reckless in the first place. That wasn't me. I'm the guy that was actually going to take care of you. And you knew that. Okay? Right around that third or fourth body, you should have probably stopped and said, I'm skating on thin ice. I'm skating on real thin ice. I need to do something differently. But you didn't. And now you're in this position asking where are all the good guys?
I often get asked, where are all the good guys? There are no more good guys out there. Good guys don't exist. This is becoming a bit of a theme lately. Now, as a psychotherapist, I can confirm that there are many great guys out there. I've had them sat in my office and I have worked with them. The problem is the great guys, the good, kind, caring, authentic guys, tend to get caught up in toxic relationships, often with narcissists. So these guys are difficult to track down because they've often been pinned down and they've been so abused that they're not able to get out of that relationship and understand and get into a healthy relationship. These guys do exist, but sometimes, ladies, you've just got to be patient.
Can someone on this godforsaken app help me understand how I'm still single? People say, oh, maybe you have too high of standards. I don't think I do. I think I have quite low standards, okay? All I want is a man who is funny and kind and bald. Just completely hairless, actually, from head to toe. Has zero ties to the state of Kentucky. Nobody really knows where he was on 9/11. Completely illiterate. Could perhaps be radioactive. Constantly drunk. 24/7. He's illegally blind, but his third eye is wide open. Now, I'm not saying this one's a requirement, but it would be nice to have a man who knows the Muffin Man. He's allergic to penicillin. He can completely unhinge his jaw. His taste in music can be best described as like dentist office funk. Addicted to gambling. Like 7 feet tall. 2 black eyes. And like, I think that's it. Like, I'm telling y'all, my standards are not that high. Like, just rise to meet them. Fuck, dude. Oh, I almost forgot. He has to have a big ol' hog.
My New Orleans ladies, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you. I don't have any, like, where are the men? And I know you're like, no, babe, that's what we're asking you. But now I'm asking you, where are they? Because I've had, like, 3 seemingly good men respond to my call for single men in New Orleans. I don't understand. And I see some of you men, looking at my videos and my profile and saving them. What are you waiting for? Send me a message. Stop being weird.
Ladies, unfortunately, this is not a location issue. This is something that is happening across the board everywhere. Because men today have listened to the message that you prefer the bear over a man, the message that you don't want to be approached in public, the message that good men are like a needle in a haystack. And unfortunately, that means that he is going to have to work very, very, very hard at convincing you that he's one of those good men. Unfortunately, that means that man is going to have an immense amount of energy to put in your direction. And honestly, in today's society where he's putting in a ton of effort just to survive, just to work a job, to build up his career, to build up his finances, that means that for a lot of these good men, dating has been pushed off to the side. It's not a priority to them. So you ask where to find these good men, they're either home, working, or just trying to avoid people.
I figured it out. I know where all of the men who are seeking emotional connection and mental connection and spiritual connection are. Are you ready to hear where they are? They're at home. They're at the gym. They're at work. They're busy healing themselves and they don't have any more time to be seeking out different people at bars or clubs or out in the streets, because that's not where they are. All right. If you are looking for one, find them at your local grocery store, find them at your local gym. All right. This is where they are because they are focused. They are tired of having women take advantage of them. They are tired of getting manipulated. And apparently, they have all just dealt with a lot of narcissist people, and they're just sick of it. So they're not even willing to put themselves out there anymore because they're so hurt and they cannot get past certain traumas that they've dealt with. Now, I understand this, all right? And I think that's fair, but I think it's actually a really big problem that everyone's hiding, okay? Because if someone is wanting to connect, and if you want this stability or of emotional connection or mental connection, it's important to put yourself out there. And if you're constantly living in your past experiences, you're taking away so much from your present moment. So I truly understand we are all hurting. We are all still healing. I understand that it's scary to put yourself back out there, but if you're not doing so, you're just gonna stay where you are, and nothing that is meant for you is going to get to you because you are putting up this wall, staying your ass at home or hiding wherever you guys are, and you're not willing to receive what's meant for you. And I understand women do put these kind of men also in a friends list, in a friends category. And why do you think that is? Because those kind of women also are just not ready for that kind of relationship. So it's not necessarily a bad thing. That's just a sign that that person who you wanted, and I'm speaking to the men right here, the person who you were interested in placed you in that friend category was simply just not for you. You will find your person, but the moment you do get placed into that friend category, keep it pushing, keep on trying. Don't necessarily give up just because that one woman who you wanted did not give in to what you had to offer, because you are enough. You just were not enough for her. And maybe her level is actually down here, and your level, speaking to the men again, is up here. So maybe she just couldn't come up here with you. And that's the thing. Sometimes a man can perceive that as like he's down here and she's up here, when in all truth, it could be vice versa. All right. So if it's just not working out, it's just because you guys are just not on the same wavelength. But you are taking away a lot from your present moment because you're not allowing yourself to experience new moments because you're so focused on your past traumas, and it's so unfair. Like, I need y'all to be present, okay? Just be present and allow yourself to receive, allow yourself to meet, put yourself out there. It doesn't necessarily have to be out at the club or at the bars, because that's just not a vibe. But if you see someone, or if you feel like there's a possible connection with someone, like, make effort, okay? Because these women also do exist, and they're not gonna be out here knocking on doors, although it's tempting. Although it's tempting because you know, some actually do want a connection, but ain't nobody got time for that. All right, so put in some effort, let go of what no longer serves you, be in the present moment. All right, let it go and allow yourself to receive what's meant for you. So on that note, I hope that you were able to take something from this, and if you have any thoughts, leave them in the comments. Peace.
A lot of the guys that these modern women end up wanting, they might be at the club, they might be at the bar. That's where a friend wants to go on a Friday night or a Saturday night or a Sunday night. I'll come out with you. And you just be chilling, having a drink, watching a game, just relaxing. And that's about it. I don't make too much noise, but a lot of times, you know, modern women go where the noise is. Somebody's, you know, making a ruckus and all that stuff, you know, that they'll tweet about it, or, you know, Instagram, put it on Instagram. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at where, basically going, wherever the fire is, that's where I'm going to go. And then once you get burned, you're like, oh man, shoot, they burned me. Well, nice guy sitting back there, you know, saying, well, you know, shouldn't have been over there by the fire. That's pretty much it. Instead of being over here, watching and observing, trying to figure out how to put that fire out and giving direction like I was. All right, guys, break it up, cut it out. You over there in the fire, laughing, joking, kikiing and ha-ha and all that stuff, excusing behavior from people that you shouldn't have excused it from. I can see if somebody is, really trying to just disrespect somebody else's boundary. But sometimes this stuff is, somebody stepped on my shoe, or somebody might have said something or done something that really don't, you really, okay, and then leave it alone, right? Let cooler heads prevail is what one saying says. Let cooler heads prevail and stay out of the way. But y'all be over there instigating that sometime. And then you say, you know what, I think that's the man for me. For some reason, that's the man for me. I think I like him. I take him home. We do a little bit that night, and, we just kind of keep on hanging out, and it feels great for about 2 or 3 months. And then after that, wasn't all that great. And I move on with my life. Found out, he's abusive. He was a narcissist. And then you come back to the bar and you do the same thing over and over again for about 2 or 3 years. And at that point in time, you're racking up bodies, continuing to date the guy that's not for you. And then when a man says, I've been sitting here watching you 2 or 3 years, every time I come out to this bar, I haven't seen you a whole lot. I might have seen you maybe a handful of times in the past 2 or 3 years in this bar. Exactly. Because I've been staying out of the way. Like I told you, I go certain places and I do certain things and I go back home. I come out here sometimes, like I said, to have a drink with the fellas. But we don't make it a habit to be at the bar every weekend. We just don't. And you continue to, and I watched you get into it or get in good with these types of people. It just kept on. Now you wonder why you got multiple bodies and no man and nothing to show for it. And when you come over here, hey, I always see you come here, but you never really say anything. You're kind of cute. Now after 2 or 3 years and 10, 15 bodies, I'm kind of cute.
If you and I were locked in a room together for 24 hours and I had to say yes to everything you suggest, what is it that you and I would be doing?
Yes, I've been waiting for this moment. First, research methods. A frequency distribution portrays how often, say it with me now, how often each value of a variable occurs within a set of data. Now, repeat that back to me.
This is how you do not plan a freaking date.
Wow, with that energy, it sounds like a horror story. I can't wait to hear it.
I am here, gonna show you with receipts.
And you brought receipts? This is gonna be so good. I can't wait.
I had been on one date with this man. I think this guy is great. I had such a nice time with him. We had so much fun. We had a lot in common. I could not wait to go on a second date with him.
Ooh, I'm invested. You went out with him, enjoyed it. You told your girlies you were excited to go out with him, couldn't wait to see him again. He must have ruined this.
A week or so later, he finally texts me and is like, hey, are you free Sunday for brunch? I'm like, yeah, great.
Hey, good for you. You were excited to go out with him again, and now you've got plans to do brunch on Sunday. Like, what could have gone wrong?
That Saturday night, he sends me this text, are you still up for brunch?
Good for him. So he's solidifying the plans that he made with you earlier in the week for brunch on Sunday.
Yes, I'm still up for brunch.
Your energy shifted. You don't seem very happy that he's trying to solidify the plans that he made with you earlier in the week about Sunday. Am I reading this wrong?
I could come your way if you know a good spot.
I like this guy. He's asking if there's a place near you so that you don't have to travel as far, and he's gonna also make sure that you enjoy the food at the place where you're gonna go for brunch. Smooth tactics, man.
Okay, let me do the heavy lifting for you, buddy.
What? Huh?
So I give him a list of these places.
Perfect. Now he knows there is food near you that you like. All right.
He says, oh, the Dutch Eye. not even sure what that means.
I read that differently. I read, oh, the Dutch, like this place is fire. And if you didn't understand him, why didn't you just say that to him?
So then that morning, I get a text from him, howdy, how does two sound?
Okay, so he's still just trying to solidify the plans that he made with you earlier in the week.
I never heard back from him the night before.
Hold up. What do you mean you didn't hear back from him? The last thing that was texted the night before was him saying, ooh, the Dutch, you're the one showing the receipts. You left him on read.
So what do I say? Oh, when I didn't hear back last night about a reservation or anything concrete, I made plans for this afternoon.
Wait, what? Huh? I'm so confused.
You cannot, for a second date, try and make plans the morning of.
He didn't. Your whole entire story and your receipts show that he didn't try just the morning of. You said he texted earlier in the week, and then on Saturday, he tried to solidify. You left him on read, and so he's texting you Sunday morning. What?
And so what is his response? Okay, cool.
That would have been my response there. Okay, cool.
He, I think, got the point.
He for sure got the point. I don't think you do, though. I love this story.
You missed out is what happened. Sorry.
I think he's good.
Here's how you spot a dumb woman instantly. Use an analogy with her. And if she argues with the example, abort mission, you could ask, why is speeding wrong? Then she'll say, because speeding causes accidents. And then you could reply, well, ambulances speed, fire trucks speed, so speed itself is not evil. Then she will say, well, what do ambulances have to do with it? That's the moment you know it's over. You're not debating morality anymore. You're explaining how thinking actually works as if you're talking to a child, and she's nodding like she's winning. This is a classic case of a woman having double D's, dumb and delusional. That's not an opinion gap, though. That's an abstraction ceiling. If she can't follow a simple analogy, don't explain yourself. The best move on the board is just to walk away.
It shouldn't be a red flag to like older men. Men get finer as they age. It's honestly not fair. You know, like when you get those little speckled silver hairs coming in, you look like a Greek god. And you just get so masculine and emotionally mature the older you get.
My most controversial and also my most correct opinion is that men do not need easy lives. Women, in order to feel safe and to bear children and to have a regulated nervous system, we need to be protected, we need to be secure, we need to be able to calm our nervous system. We need ease, we need comfort. Men do not need that. They need a mission, they need a sense of direction, and they need fulfillment. The worst thing that can happen to a man is that he does not feel useful. Women have been conditioned to believe that they need to make men's lives easy. That is not true. You need to make men's life better. That doesn't mean being simple. That doesn't mean doing his laundry and cooking him meals and raising his children while he kicks his feet up on Sundays. That means giving him a mission and allowing him to make your life easier so that you can rest and regulate your nervous system and do all the things that woman naturally does without the urgency and the fear and the stress that he is biologically designed to protect you from. This is scientifically proven. Men bond through vasopressin. Women bond through oxytocin. You get oxytocin when you feel safe, loved, cared for, secure, when your vagal nerve is safe. You get vasopressin when you have a fucking problem to solve. Men do not need easy lives. Stop trying to make their lives easy.
Somebody in the comments said, I'm a guy and I like not having anxiety too. I'm a guy and I like not having anxiety too. What are you talking about? What the heck are you talking about? I'm gonna go out here and give him things to do. Men said, no, I don't want that. Stop taking up my time when I've done all of this work. Stop taking up my freaking time.
You need to watch this.
Godly woman does not argue with her husband. She does not nag him. She does not provoke him. She does not embarrass him among other men. Rather, she is the crown of his greatness. She is why other men admire him, respect him. Her reputation among men is the source of his authority among other men. She sets the tone for the house. She creates an environment where success can thrive. She multiplies her husband's earnings. She dedicates herself to making his life better. The Bible equates a nagging wife to horrible circumstances, living in the corner of an attic, having a sink that's always dripping, being in the desert with no water. But it equates a godly wife with the most precious of jewels, irreplaceable, the source of a man's greatness, the missing piece to his success. See, this is not a call for women to pick up men's responsibility. This is a call for women to rise up to their highest potential. For behind nearly every great man is an even greater woman.
I have so much more for you. Follow now.
Why? Hi, there's that Sandy.
Thank you.
And there's up over, guys.
Thank you. You too.
You too.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that you too.
You don't want him to be nice to random people? This is why whenever I see a guy that's acting incredibly reserved and, like, he won't talk to you at all, I just assume he probably has a very insecure woman at home. That's what I automatically assume. This is not okay. Being polite is not the same thing as him flirting. And for a lot of these men, if you isolate them like this, long term, resentment will eventually start growing, because let me guess, you are polite to people out in public, and he can't. And what I've noticed is a lot of men who would never even consider cheating on you are often stuck in relationships like this. He may genuinely love and care for you, but you acting like this is incredibly suffocating for a man. Like, what happened to wanting to be with that kind man that holds the door open for another woman, or another person for that matter?
Men nowadays, they don't want girlfriends.
The men you want don't want girlfriends. No. The ones that get super up and successful, no point for them to settle down a little bit unless they're oral or religious, because they have so much optionality.
I agree.
If you wait to the end when they already made it, why the hell would they struggle all this time to not express and enjoy the reward of optionality with women? You know what I'm saying? You gotta use some discernment, see if this guy can have potential to be something in the future, and then lock him down. So you gotta find somebody.
Are you an open man, or are you?
I'm a loyal nigga. What's up? You need some. Oh, okay. But yeah, that's all I got for you. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time.
No, I'm good.
Oh, you're good here.
Yeah.
Let's see what's going on. You be choosing. You be choosing. Yeah.
You know, honestly, I have to respect it. You know, you got to start seeing the opportunities that are in front of you and taking advantage of them.
You should never have sympathy with women. Oh my God, Steph, that's so rude. I know, and I'll tell you why. The world is rude, guys. Come on. The reason you should never have sympathy with women is because you guys can have the best connection ever. I'm talking like Bonnie and Clyde. You two against the world. Nothing else matters. That girl will still turn her back against you. And for all my men out there that have been heartbroken, you know exactly how that feels. You got your first love. You thought she was the one. But at the end of it all, she ended up breaking your heart. Now, what does that teach you? That teaches you that if one woman can break your heart, another woman can break your heart as well. Now, I'm not saying not to fall in love. What I'm saying is to never have sympathy with women. Never be too serious with them. You always want to joke around with them and never take them seriously. The only time you should take them seriously is if you want something serious and the feeling is mutual. But that's super rare. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, guys, but never take women seriously. That's the point of this video. It will make your life better. It sounds harsh, but it will make your life better.
Eating in New York is terrible. It's terrible. But you do, if you are smart about it, you will get a free dinner and some free drinks, and you'll meet some new people. And you know what? If you stay friends with them, you might find the hotter friend. So you just gotta play smart.
That's true. That's what my sister always said. She's like, I always go into dates as a friend, because what if I like their friend better? And then another thing she said, which was pretty good, is like, she doesn't, like, if she met a guy on a dating app, she stopped like going on an official date. She'd be like, you can come hang with us. We're all going to this place tonight with her friend group. That way it's more casual. She has to see if she even likes them. It makes them realize she's not taking them so seriously. So then they're like, oh, I gotta like prove myself.
which is cool. And then they'll bring a friend, and then it's more casual. And if they don't vibe, then maybe they'll vibe with one of her friends, and it's like it's more easy, which was.
You have to be as ruthless as women when it comes to dating. As you can see, women are always shopping around for better options. So not only will they go on dates with you, use you for, as she mentioned, the free meal, the free drinks, but on top of that, she's then looking for the more attractive homeboy in your group to then upgrade with. That's just how women move in dating. So as a man, what do? You do the same thing. Anything she does, you do it better. If she's wondering if you got a better looking friend, you should be wondering if she got a better looking friend. Go out with her. Buy her that round of drink. Take her out for that meal. But guess what? You backdoor her too. We can do the same thing these women are doing. We don't have to sit here and act foolish. When I take women out, I'm immediately going for the clothes, basically on the first date, because I already know, bro, she's only here for a good time. Someone also took her out on the first evening, and they already got to close the deal, so I'm going to try to go for the same thing. I already know most of these women, they don't want anything long-term anyway. They're just there for a good time. So you're dating them, date them, and also go for the clothes, bro. Every single day, you might as well. You might as well go for the ROI. These women are wasting so many men's time. As a man, go for the ROI every single time. There's no point of even wasting it, bro. You should have no shame when you're going on these dates to try to close a deal. Why is she even going out? These women will go out with you knowing they don't even want anything long-term, nothing intentional. They're just shopping around. So, as a man, when you go on these dates, be intentional as well. You're shopping around too. You're trying to give up that box. I'm telling you, man, have no shame in your game when you're dating, bro. These women don't care. Don't be that emotional with the outcome of any date you have with a woman, because I'm telling you, she's always looking for the next best option. Do not be emotionally connected to these women. Date them. If she's going for the clothes and she's with it, cool. If not, on to the next baddie. Don't waste these 2-3 dates on these women that are wasting your time. Trust my baddies only.
I'm a 35-year-old virgin who's not waiting for marriage. There is no man on this earth that could get me to change my mind about being legally married. That's not to say that I wouldn't be completely committed and loyal to someone. Obviously, 35 years, never been with anyone. But to be legally bound to someone in a romantic way is just nothing that I would ever personally want for myself. I definitely personally value more of a committed, long-term, healthy relationship. I think something happens when people get married. I almost feel like marriage is cursed. I think the reality is that most people do not grow together, and then you kind of come up against this wall where you feel the pressure of like, well, now I'm kind of stuck with this person. People just start to feel stuck and resentful. I think that's especially true for men. I can't tell you how many married men have hit on me. I'm not unique in that, and I think a lot of other women can relate. I personally like to know that if I needed to get out of a situation quickly, I could. Common misconception is that people think that I'm waiting for marriage, but I'm definitely not.
Honestly, that's how a lot of modern women are thinking about this. And a lot of men, but it doesn't matter if you're in a relationship, you're legally bound or not. It really doesn't. What you're probably going to run into, and what you're running into now, is thinking that you're just going to chill out with this person and it's just naturally going to happen. Growth is intentional in a lot of different circumstances and situations. Your growth is intentional. That's why they talk about setting goals. That's why they talk about being mindful. We just grow together. That's why a lot of times you have relationships that stop moving a certain direction because people don't have goals. And I'm not talking about sitting down and, okay, for this year, we want to do that. That'd be great if you did. But you might wake up one day and you say, you know what? I'm going to be more intentional. I'm going to go in there and I'm going to give my wife a kiss every morning and say good morning. I'm going to be intentional about doing it. Or I'm going to get in there every morning or most mornings and make my husband some coffee before he leaves for work. Like little things. And then you'll see in turn that person begin to reciprocate. Hey, my wife, they'll be grateful, and then they'll reciprocate. My wife gets in there and she makes me coffee every morning. I really appreciate that. That just extra pep in my step makes me want to work that much more harder for my family, and that in turn turns into more money for the family, more opportunities for the family, and my wife being happier because we have more money to do more things, to go to more strawberry patches and pumpkin patches and anything and everything that a woman likes to do. Right? So you're going to have to put in work to grow together. Right? If you don't agree on something, y'all are going to have to talk through it. And that's growth in and of itself. That's alignment, trying to go in the same direction. If you're in a relationship and you're just hanging out, honestly, in a lot of cases, you're probably just going to be friends with benefits. That's what that's going to be. You know, I just like this person, and we just live together. But y'all are not really growing. Y'all are just kind of living together, hanging out. There's a mutually beneficial arrangement between the two of you, if that makes any sense.
I love me a persistent man. A man that's willing to dust himself off and try again and again and again. That is my type. I cannot lie because I'm hard to get in touch with and even harder to get a date with. My initial reaction when a man asks me out is to tell him no because it sounds so unproductive to give a man the little bit of free time I have. It's like, you just want to hurt my feelings and play in my coochie.
She loves her a clown, but that's the only thing you'll be if you ever chase a woman is hard. What she got going on is she's so hard to get in touch with. You got multi-million-dollar businesses we don't know about? Was she in Forbes 30 under 30 that I didn't read about or something? These type of women that try to portray as if they're just the busiest, most productive, they have just the most things going on. Brother, there's nothing she has going on in her world. She just wants a man that by the time she gives you her actual time, you're going to be basically begging to spend any moments with her, bro. She wants to basically mentally train you and break you down and to make you essentially bend over backwards so that you feel as if truly she's a prize. You don't waste time on women like this, bro. The box don't even be that worth it, bro. That's all you getting is some good box. She's not that up to be saying she's that busy. These girls are never that busy. They have nothing going on to that extent. Like, if they were that, if it was that lit, she wouldn't even want a man around, bro. If her life was that lit, she wouldn't even care about a man being persistent. Think about it, bro. When you're like that good, do you care about women being around? So think about it, bro. What super rich girls up, lit, having the time of her life, she got whatever she want, cares about a man? She don't. So women like this, I'm telling you, bro, they're trying to essentially brainwash you into thinking if you work really hard, that by the time she give you some of that cat, you just achieved the greatest thing in the world. The only thing you should be persistent about is your dreams, never a woman. A woman is nothing you should ever be persistent about. You simply pursue, and she gives you signs that she likes being pursued, and she's going to make it easy for you and effortless to spend time with her. It's not this much friction. All that persistence, bro, she's literally training you to be a dog that she can tell to come and go as she please. Do not fall for these type of women. It's never worth it. It is never worth it. You're going to be highly disappointed by the time you get to the finish line. Trust fund baddies only. If you're dealing with a poor dating life, you're also dealing with filtering for high quality women. You're tired of women that add no value. You're also tired of dealing with women that give out this type of entitlement and energy. And you actually want women that are not only attracted to you and showing you interest organically, but also going on dates with high value women consistently per week. I want you to click the link in the bio.
Let's do something a little differently.
Body count matters.
No, it doesn't. Well, to a lot of people, it actually does.
If you think it doesn't, it probably means yours is too high.
Yeah, mine's probably lower than yours. It still doesn't matter. This is going to be fun.
And I believe people need someone that looks like me to say that.
Someone that looks like they don't have enough life experience to understand that being an insufferable pick-me is not a long-term plan.
And we're going to stop right there. Because seriously, name calling? Yeah, that's the best way to win an argument. Well, only if a person doesn't actually have one. Because contrary to what some individuals will keep telling you over and over again, every person is allowed to have their preference when it comes to dating. And body count actually does matter to a lot of people. And that includes women as well as men. So perhaps take that into consideration the next time that someone wants to get up on a high horse and call other people names. But people are allowed to have their preferences, like it or not.
All right, hey y'all. So I seen this girl's video, and I'm gonna respond to her, but I want to show the original video that the comedian Ryan Davis was talking about on Shannon Sharp, so I can respond, cause I'm irritated.
My daughter went from I love my dad to let me see what I can get out of him. And when she started looking at me as access to like material things,
you were ATM. Now all of a sudden you weren't dad, you were an ATM.
Broke me.
It's weird that you outed your 11-year-old daughter to the entire internet like she has bad character. It's really sad when you want to support somebody's work and their creativity, and then you find out that they are kind of terrible. Y'all probably.
You are the reason why I don't deal with a lot of women. You are the reason why I believe that a lot of women have a mental condition today. And I mean this in the most disrespectful manner, because you need somebody to tell you this directly. There's something wrong with you, girl. There's something wrong with you. For you to get up here and disrespect a black man, first of all, you need to be checked for that. Don't you ever do that. Second of all, for you to get up here and blatantly lie and put something on this man that he did not do. Because for you to get up here and say that he is trying to claim that his daughter has bad character shows how mentally you are. How is a father expressing how he felt when his daughter's behavior changed towards him have anything to do with her character? She's 11. Where did he out his daughter at? Can you show me where he continued to speak on his daughter in a negative way? Or did he tell us the context of why he felt how he felt? Why he felt broken at that moment? Okay. This is why I know why men are the way that they are, because they come from women who think and behave in this way. Why do women feel like y'all can force a man to be loving and supportive and say, oh, men hate women, men are evil? Well, they come from evil women. Women treat men in a very disrespectful way. You just got up here and blatantly said that this man is not able to express himself and that he should not be talking to another man like a therapy session. He can express himself wherever he wants to, just like women can. Every time a woman gets beat on by a man, where does she go? To a podcast, to the social medias, right? Okay then. So why can't a black man express himself? Girl, you done pissed me off. I find it weird how women feel like we are the only ones that is allowed to express ourselves. Men are human too. And y'all wonder why men do so many wrong things to women. Look at how y'all respond to them as if they're not human. The way that y'all treat black men is as if they're not human and they have no emotions. And how dare you express that your little girl was not a little girl no more, and she only wants you for material gain. How is that such a bad thing for a man to express that on his journey? The world will never change because women create horrible men and dark men. These men are the way that they are because they come from dark women who don't care about men as if they are humans. Y'all talk about men like they're robots. It's weird to me.
Would you guys date a man that says he's the prize?
No. Because that's so cringe. Like, the women are the
is the prize.
They're
Exactly.
the ones that make the babies. They go through the hardest things in life, honestly.
I feel like guys who say that should be more humble, because why do you think you're the prize? I don't know.
So then don't you think it should be like vice versa? Women should also be humble if they're the prize?
I feel like I've never heard a woman say that, though.
Yeah.
You guys just said it.
Yo, this is just the sad reality of dating.
Imagine you start dating a girl when you're 17 and just a few weeks later she moves in with you and you begin living together. After a few years, you decide to propose. She says yes, but then tragedy strikes. Your future wife is diagnosed with cancer. You're a professional Valorant player, one of the most beloved in the entire world, but you decide to walk away at the peak of your career to take care of your woman's health. You start donating your own blood and other things because your genes are compatible. You take care of every expense, medical bills, apartment rent, household costs, and pleasures for both you and your girlfriend. You accompany her every step of the way: chemotherapy, treatments, hospitalizations, recovery. You help your girlfriend build a professional career on streaming and video platforms. Her audience grows exponentially in no time. Meanwhile, you have to push your own channel to the background. And in the end, after doing all this sacrifice, she decides to leave you because she needs to discover herself.
Yo, he literally did everything for her. Literally everything. And this is why we say nice guys finish last. You're not getting nicer than this. Put your career on hold. She gets cancer. Instead of just, bailing, he puts his career on hold to take care of her. Blood matches up, literally like waiting on her hand and foot. He even boosted her career by getting her a channel and putting all his popularity on her so she could make her own bread. He literally did everything right, and she repays him by saying, I need to rediscover myself. Like, you were on the brink of death and I took care of you. I literally stepped away from streaming at the height of my career to take care of you did everything. Maybe her moving in early was a red flag, but this is how it is. These shorties are ungrateful. She'll never meet a man that will do that for her. Not like this guy. But this is what I'm saying. You be so nice to these chicks and they don't appreciate it. She might say she does, but her actions speak louder. They're over now. She got a popular channel making her own money, and she's back into the world about to be a thoughtopus. And it's sad because, again, this guy is mad nice. He's the epitome of a good dude that would do for his wife, his lady. He proposed to her. Good guy. And got completely shitted on, unfortunately. It sucks to see shit like this happen, you know, but we try to tell people when you're this kind of person, depending on the woman that you're with, you will get completely taken advantage of.
When you actually look at like who hot women pursue men who don't care. Hot women pursue men who are almost like, he's so passive in not desiring commitment. Like, he doesn't care if they text message. He doesn't care if he gets a phone call. He doesn't care if he ever sees her again or not. He just really doesn't care. But when she is around him, it's like he's just so nice. He's so perfect. He's able to just kick back and be nonchalant and chill and go with the flow. And everything's just a cool vibe. Okay. So what we're going to talk about today is keeping her in pocket. So what is pocket? Pocket is the sweet spot, right? Like, you're in the pocket. If you think about like hockey, right? Or if you think about like sports, in the pocket, in the goalpost, whatever you want to call it, there's a certain range you have to keep her emotions. Now, if you go too far over to the left, you run into tapping into your feminine energy. And your feminine energy essentially means that you're trying to connect and you're outwardly focused. You are outwardly focused on her and her life, okay? If she texts you and says, oh my gosh, I just had the most amazing brunch at, whatever brunch spot, the guy who's too far in his feminine energy will give a response that shows he's invested in that one conversation. Okay, so what that means is he takes active interest in being outwardly focused in her life.